Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Mayorga, and this is another little installment on the Alice in Wonderland characters. And today we're going to talk about the Mad Hatter and what the Mad Hatter's role is or was in Alice in Wonderland. And from a psychological perspective, um, his characteristics and what they stand for. You know, the Mad Hatter was kind of a whimsical character, a lot of eccentricity kind of behavior, and a little all over the place. And so uh, there's another word too. Uh, I first heard this word a long time ago because I like to read a lot of historical romance novels, but nonsensical. And what does that mean? Uh, you don't make any sense. It doesn't make sense when you say the things that you say. And so the Mad Hatter is considered nonsensical. So there's three things that he is displays that the research shows about what the Mad Hatter is all about. Number one, that he's whimsical. Number two, that he's very eccentric. And number two, nonsensical. So when you're whimsical, the word means quaint, kind of out there, mystical, magical, kind of that kind of behavior. Eccentric is a kind of a deviates from acceptable behavior. So the things that he would do was not normally what was expected from society. And then nonsensical just doesn't make sense. Some of the things that he would say or how he would make the hats and things like that. So the question here is, are you a Mad Hatter? And there's nothing wrong with that. Or do you know of somebody that would fit the role of a Mad Hatter? And so we're just going to explore a little bit. I'm no expert. I just do these things out of fun because I think they're enjoyable to look at characters. And I like the characters from Alice in Wonderland. And so I'm going through each one of them, as I said before. I may stop here and not go on, but I really want to do the queen. So anyway, so I want you to consider this, that the Mad Hatter was charming, and but he was also a little bit of a troublemaker, not in a bad way. They talk about it being a little innocent, the troublemaking that he would engage in. He was what you would call a nonconformist, and then overbearing but yet endearing. And so I want you to think about, is there somebody in your life that could be a Mad Hatter? You know, they come to a party and they wear outrageous clothes or many different colors or their hair color, or everybody else is maybe dressed up with high heels and men with suits or casual wear, and then somebody walks in with baggy pants and a vest and a shirt and a lot of jewelry, a little bit that's non-conforming, uh, and everybody finds that person a little bit exciting, a little bit overbearing, a little bit intimidating, and they always they stand out because they sometimes say things that don't make any sense, or are taken out of context. And again, I'm talking about, do you believe that you're a Mad Hatter type of person, and or do you know of someone, someone that maybe might be even be thought of as the life of the party, or somebody that you want them to be there, but sometimes it can get frustrating because of the way that they behave. They say things that just don't make any sense, or what's going on with the conversation. But the Mad Hatters look to someone that challenges logic and social norms. And I know that we have a lot of people like that, maybe not a lot, but people that you know, or maybe you're a little bit like that, a nonconformist, and you challenge the logic and social norms that are going on. And so I just thought it was kind of cute to talk a little bit about the Mad Hatter and put this out there and just kind of ask the question, do you know of someone like this that you would consider the Mad Hatter? Or are you a little bit like that? So again, his representation is the irrational and frustrating aspects of human nature. And that's what the research indicates. Okay. So He's whimsical and darker, and he's got the darker, irritating traits of people. And so I just wanted to share this little snippet. It's not any kind of deep psychology or anything like that, but it's always interesting and I tend to do this. I go to movies and I always see something behind the movie aspect. There's actually a movie out right now called, let me see if I remember it. It's the movie about the person that writes a song, and one of the Jonas Brothers comes out in the movie and he takes it as his own. And throughout the whole movie, and if you haven't seen it yet, I don't want to really ruin it for you. But the whole thing is that the guy that wrote the song, this little song, 20 years before or 15 years before, he keeps saying, "That's my song, that's my song." And everybody's kind of focused on, well, you didn't do anything with it, so it's really not yours, and on and on and on. But the premise behind that storyline is the importance of being believed. And this is what the movie at the end is really trying to say. He had written that song for his little girl, and the family, neither his wife nor his daughter, who was now 14, believed that he had written that song and that he had sung it to her. And now someone else had taken it and made it into a hit, and he wasn't getting any kind of recognition, or it wasn't about the money. It was just the fact that someone had taken something that had a lot of meaning for him. Okay, so that's I'm connecting this with this little snippet of the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland, is that there is a meaning behind the behavior. We all behave a certain way, and we're prompted by certain things. There's a motivation there. So the Mad Hatter in his behavior was willing to not conform to what society expected of him, or it could be a her or they, and that we somebody that behaves that way will stand out and in their own way will try to let the people around them know that they're not going to go with the mainstream society. And I think that it's important to recognize that, and also to give space for people that are nonconformists, because a lot of times they are very creative. They bring a message to the table that we need to be able to hear. Whether we agree with the message or not, everybody needs an opportunity to put their message on the table. And so that's what the Mad Hatter, in a sense, was doing, presenting that darker aspect or frustrating traits of himself that people just didn't want to see. So go back to think about that. People around you that are like that, but yet they're welcomed into your circle because they bring something that may not be what you would be doing, but it creates enough of a dissonance to help us kind of shake us out of our place of just being at the same place all the time. So anyway, enjoy, and I will come back with another little snippet of another one of the characters, and we can go from there. Have a good day.